Hi everybody, my name is Philippe. I'm a huge fan of Barbra Streisand and I'm making a series of 12 videos on 12 Barbra Streisand essential albums, the ones that you must listen to at least once in your life, and the ones that have a story behind them, the ones where Barbra Streisand put something very much of herself. She does it in all of her music, but those are the ones who to me are the most important and also the ones that moved me the most. And today I'm talking about this gem, Barbra Streisand and Chris Christopherson, A Star is Born. It is the soundtrack to the movie, and it is a musical movie, although it's not a musical. So the album is very, very important. This is the third version so far when this movie is made of A Star is Born. The first one was with Janet Gaynor, and the second one was with Judy Garland. Also a very, very beautiful movie. And this one transposes the story into the rock era, into the 70s, and Barbra Streisand is an unknown singer who is going to be discovered by a rock star who is on the decline and who's going to make her a star. Thus, A Star is Born. Now, the music on this album is just absolutely incredible. The album was a huge hit, 6 million sales when it was at its peak, and now it's up to 15 million. The song Evergreen, written by Barbra Streisand, for which she won an Oscar, made her the only artist up to today to have 2 Oscars for those 2 different categories, Best Actress and Best Song in a movie. So again, another something special about Barbra Streisand. The movie grossed $80 million in America, and then about the same thing throughout the world. So it's again a huge, huge success. The film cost $6 million to do, which is very cheap, and especially by today's standards. Now, musically, she shares the spotlight with Christopherson. He sings 3 songs, 3 solo songs, which are absolutely great, and he opens the album with a first song, which is called Watch Closely Now. And these songs are sung in a live atmosphere. Some are really live, some were not. They were recorded in the studio, but you hear the applause. So when you listen to the album, you really get the feel of a road movie, of an album that really is absolutely spontaneous and live, but the sound and the quality of the sound is absolute perfection. Barbra Streisand was executive producer, so she had again a lot of input on the movie and on the album. Barbra Streisand then sings 2 songs, Queen Bee and Everything. Queen Bee is with the group that she's in when she is discovered. She sings with 2 backup singers, and Queen Bee is written by Rupert Holmes and by Paul Williams. They both wrote the majority of songs on the album. And then she goes on to sing this magnificent ballad called Everything, really beautiful with beautiful words. And then together, Barbra Streisand and Chris Christopherson sing Lost Inside of You, written by Barbra Streisand as well, and it's a duet. She sang it later on as a solo on a compilation album called Memories. Then again, Chris Christopherson sings Hellacious Acres, which is a song about the devil, which is a great song, really beautiful song, which I really, really love. And then Barbra Streisand's masterpiece, Evergreen, magnificent song, written by her, sung the most magical way you can imagine. Now, I do say on one of my videos, it's the best version ever, and I still believe it. But Barbra Streisand has sung it live quite a bit. But I heard recently on her album called One Voice, which I'll make a video on, which is a concert that she did in her home, she sings Evergreen, and it is stunning. It's just magnificent. And so I heard I heard it two people who discuss Barbra Streisand and who discover her and react to her singing Evergreen and to that version. And when I heard it, it brought tears to my eyes. So I take back what I said. Partially, the best version is on this album, A Star Is Born, but then Evergreen sung live on one voice is also absolutely magical. Then side B of the LP, of the vinyl, this is how I got it when I was a little boy, is when Barbra Streisand is pulled on stage to sing in a huge concert, and she is not expected, and she's an unknown, so she's being booed by the audience. And so she starts a song called The Woman in the Moon, and she starts, by barely singing her stage fright, her terror, because she's pulled on stage by her partner, and the audience tells her, just, get off the stage. And then she wins the audience with the song The Woman in the Moon, which you must hear. It is fantastic. Now, there is an amazing channel called Barbra Archive, and they have the best archives of everything of Barbra Streisand. Now, Barbra Streisand mentions it in different interviews because they are just brilliant, and they have discussed their favorite song on each one of Barbra Streisand's album. And on A Star Is Born, one of their favorite songs is The Woman in the Moon, Just Like Me. So I wanted to give them a shout out because they're really amazing people, and they're also really very kind, because they wrote me a little message on one of my videos, which has like 80 views. They have a million. So I thought that was really sweet. So I wanted to mention them, and I use a lot of their photographs to describe the albums that I talk about. After that, Barbra Streisand breaks because she becomes such a success with the song The Woman in the Moon, and this is where A Star Is Born, that she breaks into a second song called I Believe in Love, and her group join her on stage. So it was kind of fixed by Chris Christopherson, and I Believe in Love is a fantastic song. This song is written by Kenny Loggins and by Alan and Marilyn Bergman, her longtime composers, the ones who wrote for Yentl and who wrote The Way We Were and a lot of magnificent songs. So that's a really strong point in the album. And then again, Crippled Crow, which is a country ballad sung by Chris Christopherson, who kind of changes his style in the movie and is kind of leaving his career to let Barbra Streisand become the star that she is. And then it's the end, and Barbra Streisand sings a medley, a song called With One More Look at You. Absolutely incredible song. And then she breaks into Watch Closely Now, which is the opening song sung by Chris Christopherson, and she sings it in a very hard rock, fast-paced version, and it is unbelievable. I'm not a good rock, I'm not very strong in rock music. It's not what I listen to, but it's something that would be on a Fleetwood Mac album. It just sounds unbelievable. Barbra Streisand's voice is very powerful, and so Rolling Stones magazine would often, when they critiqued her albums, they would say she sounds good in the rock style because it suits her voice. It's so strong. But here it's just one of the best rock songs that she's ever sung, and it's the end of the album. Then when the credits were on the screen, you hear a reprise of Evergreen in which she sings with Chris Christopherson, and they sound really great together, and they kiss at the end, and you hear it on the microphone, and they just sound beautiful together, and it's really an amazing piece to hear. It's a very short excerpt. So that's the album, which I could talk about forever, but I decided to stop at 10 minutes, so I'm almost there. And you must listen to it. Please listen to it. It's a great Barbra Streisand album, and it's just magical. And of course, with Lady Gaga's version of the movie and her version of singing, well, it's great to hear, because Lady Gaga's version is the one that's closest to Barbra Streisand. That's what she was inspired by. So I hope you give it a listen, and I'll be back real soon with more Barbra Streisand albums.